Hey guys, so this video that I wanted to make today is going to be all about the new changes coming in 2005 to the Disney parks. Things that you might want to keep in mind for upcoming trips if you're planning on still booking a trip, things that you're going to need to plan around or just keep in mind that you're going to be seeing if you're going to be in the parks for 2025 and just things like that. I'm going to be starting at Disney World Park, and first of all, I'm going to be talking about Animal Kingdom. The biggest thing in Animal Kingdom, of course, is the closure of Dinoland. It is closing to make way for the Tropicals America that will feature Encanto and Indiana Jones. So first of all, we know that the Dinoland closure is happening in phases. So we don't know the closure dates for everything in Dinoland as of now. We do know that the first dates of those closures are going to be starting January 12th. And the things that will be closing January 12th include Triceratops Spin, Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, and the Fossil Fun Games. So those things will be closing January 12th. So if you want to do those and you love those things, if you're a Dinoland lover, make sure that you go do those January 12th, before January 12th, if you're able to, because after that, those things are going to be closed. Now, the only other thing that we know on Dinoland is that the dinosaur ride will be staying open through the whole of 2025 and won't be closing until 2026. So if you're a person that only goes to Disney World once a year, or 2025 is the year you're going to Disney World, make sure that you ride Dinosaur before it closes and give it its love, because after that, it's going to be closing. The rest of Dinoland, we don't know its closing dates. It's just said that it's going to be a phased closure, so the rest of it is just going to be closing at some point in 2025. Now, the other closure that you need to be aware of in Animal Kingdom is the closure of It's Tough to Be a Bug, the show inside the Tree of Life. And we're all so sad about that. It's Tough to Be a Bug is being rethemed into Zootopia Better Together, which is just gonna be so much better, I feel. I was just never a big fan of It's Tough to Be a Bug because I hated the bugs. So I'm not too worried about It's Tough to Be a Bug closing, but if you're a big fan of It's Tough to Be a Bug, make sure you go see it for maybe the last time. The Zootopia show was said to be announced in winter of 2025. That means It's Tough to Be a Bug will probably close late summer, fall 2025. So just be prepared that that show is going to close and completely be gone. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is Hollywood Studios, and they also have some big land announcements going on. So at D23 earlier this year, they announced that there was a new Monsters Inc. land coming to Hollywood Studios. And that was something that people got really excited about. But then people got speculating, where was this land going to go? Disney has announced that this will be overtaking Muppets Courtyard, which means that we will be losing Mama Melrose, Pizza Rizzo, and the beloved Muppets Vision 3D. Now, we don't know when exactly construction is going to be starting on these or when these things will be closing, but it is speculated that this will start in 2025. So that means that you need to get to the theater to see Muppets Vision 3D before Disney closes it. Now, Disney has said that they're going to be trying to preserve the film of Muppet Vision. Now, what that actually means, we don't know. If that means it's going to be put in a show somewhere else in the park, into another park, or if it just means it's going to be preserved in the archives, who knows? But they have said that they're going to preserve the show, as this show was Jim Henson's final project before he passed away. So it's very beloved to the Disney fans, to the Muppet fans, and everyone is very, very upset that it is being taken out from Monsters Inc. land. So we'll see what happens, but Not to fret, Muppets are being moved to a whole nother ride. Muppets will still be in Hollywood Studios. They are taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. So Aerosmith's contract is up. That means that Aerosmith is getting moved out of Rock and Roller Coaster. The Muppets are moving in. Kermit, Dr. Teeth, and Electric Mayhem will now be featured on Rock and Roller Coaster. That retheme will most likely, again, close the ride and begin to happen sometime in 2025. We don't know when. We don't know when it's going to close. I don't know how I feel about this retheme. I'm going to tell you the truth. I just feel like the Muppets should be on a ride that is for everyone, and this is really going to corner out a lot of people because some people don't even like Rock and Roller Coaster right now. Some people can't ride it. Kids can't ride it. Some older people can't ride it. Some people even like my age can't ride it because that's the only roller coaster in Disney that goes upside down. So it just feels like an odd choice. But we will see. Maybe people will love it. Maybe it'll be great. It just seems weird to me. But if you want to ride Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith the way it is, make sure you ride it now before it closes in 2025, most likely. Also in 2025, a new villain show is opening in Hollywood Studios where the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy show used to be right next to Rock and Roller Coaster. This show is called Villains Unfairly Ever After and is set to open summer of 2025. Disney has said that this show will transform Sunset into the mysterious reflective realm of the Magic Mirror, and this show will feature appearances by dozens of the most infamous evildoers like Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent, and they will break through the glass and take stage in live production numbers. So I love the villains, and I'm really excited they're doing more with them, like the Villains Land that's coming, and I'm really excited to see how they step into this with the stage show. Another show that's set to open summer 2025 is The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. Now this is going to be going in where the Voyage of the Little Mermaid show used to be in Hollywood Studios. That show closed with the pandemic and never reopened. Now this show is going to be a reimagined version, and this one will feature new set pieces, cutting edge technology, including puppetry and motion capture technology. So it's supposed to be a completely new show from the Voyage of the Little Mermaid, so we'll see how that is. It did have a different reopening date previously, but now it has been pushed back to the summer of 2025. So we'll see if it opens on time now. Hopefully it will, because I am excited to see it, but we shall see. Moving on to Magic Kingdom. Again, at D23, they announced that there is a new Cars Land coming to Frontierland. A few months ago, they announced that it is actually going to be taking over the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island. So this means that these things will be closing in 2025. So they're going to have to drain and fill in the Rivers of America, close the island. We don't know when this is going to happen, but it will happen most likely in 2025. So say goodbye to that scenic view of the river, the island. It's just going to be a construction zone. Along with that, in that same general area, Big Thunder Mountain is going to be closed for an entire year. Yes, Big Thunder Mountain is closing January 6th. So you have a very, very limited time frame from now to ride that ride. It is not going to be reopening until 2026. So it's going to be closed the entirety of 2025. So that whole area, the river, the island, Big Thunder, that whole area is going to be under construction at some point in 2025. But Big Thunder will be closed the majority of the year. Remember Epcot with the walls? That's about to be Magic Kingdom. And Hollywood and Animal Kingdom. Almost everything except Epcot. Now, Magic Kingdom is getting a new nighttime show called Starlight Night Parade. Starlight Night Parade. This parade is going to use the latest technology to tell new stories about the characters you love. Disney has said that this show will be brought to life by the magic of the Blue Fairy and will feature characters from Peter Pan, Encanto, Frozen, and more. I think this is great. I love a nighttime parade, and I think it'll add a lot to Magic Kingdom. Now, the new Pirates Lounge that was announced will also open in 2025. It is set to open late 2025, and it has been said that it'll be a first of its kind experience and will extend the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. They have also said that this is going to be the expected return of the Barker Bird, which was a character that would be outside the attraction and would bark lines and lyrics from the attraction at guests. And this character disappeared with the refurb of the attraction when they added in Jack Sparrow. And he has been missing since and will now expectedly return with the new lounge that is opening. So that's really exciting. And lastly, at Disney World, Epcot, Test Track, which has been closed since June 2024, is set to reopen late summer 2025. The refurbishment that they're doing on Test Track is said to take inspiration from the original World of Motion attraction and will feature a new queue with 6 distinct exhibits, and also new show scenes will be added to show technological advances and how our lifestyles and relationships to mobility connect everyone. So we shall see. I know Test Track is really popular but not a fan favorite. So maybe this will change that. Maybe it'll be a lot better. Also in Epcot, a new lounge is opening. It is the Spaceship Earth Lounge and will be connected to the Spaceship Earth ride. And that one is set to open late spring 2025. Disney has said that this lounge is inspired by the story, shapes, and enduring legacy of the timeless icon. And from this lounge, it is said to have sweeping views of the park's World Celebration Gardens and a unique perspective of the park's nighttime spectacular. So I'm really excited to see that. I like all the new lounges being added. And now, Disneyland. Next year at Disneyland, they are celebrating the 70th anniversary of the parks, and they're going to be having a year-long celebration beginning on May 16th, 2025. The theme of the celebration is going to be Celebrate Happy, and they're going to have a whole host of activities, food, merch, and who knows throughout that whole year. For this celebration, the Fab Five are getting all new outfits. Also, some things that they're going to have special for the occasion at Disneyland specifically. Mickey and Friends Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. It's a brand new cavalcade that's going to be debuting. We don't have a whole host of details on it yet, but brand new cavalcade debuting. There's also going to be an all-new projection show on It's a Small World. Also, the Paint the Night nighttime parade is making its return. This is a fan favorite nighttime parade that has been gone for over 5 years, and this is a huge deal. People love this nighttime parade. I haven't gotten a chance to ever see it, and so I'm very excited that it is coming back so I could possibly have the chance to finally see it. Also, Wondrous Journeys, the fireworks show is also making its comeback. This is a fireworks show that celebrates the legacy of the Walt Disney Animation Studios. So that's going to be the fireworks show that is showing during the celebration. Disneyland is also getting the first ever audio animatronic of Walt Disney. This is going to be part of the brand new show, Walt Disney: A Magical Life, that is going to be showing in the Main Street Opera House at Disneyland. That show is going to be opening on May 16th along with the 70th anniversary. Now, the Main Street Opera House is where they show Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, usually, and like right now, that's where you can go see Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So the new show, Walt Disney A Magical Life, will have an initial run, most likely during the 70th anniversary. After that initial run, Walt Disney A Magical Life and Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln will share the space. I don't know exactly what that means or how they will share the space, but be sharing. Mr. Lincoln will not be getting kicked out. Now, to celebrate the anniversary at California Adventure, there is a new light and projection show on the Carthay Circle restaurant. Also, there's going to be a new nighttime spectacular show, World of Color Happiness, which is going to be a new version of their World of Color shows that they have regularly. This iteration of the show is going to be inspired by Walt Disney's words from the opening day dedication of Disneyland 7 decades ago. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. This show is going to be hosted by Joy and the other emotions from Inside Out. The show features fountains, lighting, colorful lasers, fogs, and flame effects to make the show all come together. I, for one, love the Color One shows. They are beautiful and spectacular, and I can't wait to see this specific one. Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration, is also going to be returning for the 70th. This is a parade featuring stories like Turning Red, Soul, and Luca. Just another note, aside from the 70th, at DCA, they announced at D23 that the Avengers campus will be getting 2 new rides, a King Thanos ride and a Stark Flight Lab ride. Now, we don't know when exactly construction is going to start happening for these, but it seems like construction will most likely start happening in 2025, so there could be some construction in the Avengers campus area caused by these starting in 2025. So that's just something to be aware of if you're going to Disneyland in 2025. And that's currently all the information I have on the parks in terms of changes, ride closures so far, and openings again so far for 2025. If you're planning a trip for the new year, just make sure you're aware of when things are closing, if things are opening, and just try to plan around them or just be aware that they're happening. You can always check ride closures on the Disney website. They always have them listed so that you can be aware of them. If you're worried your favorite ride may be closed on your trip, you can always double check on the Disney website. There's a lot happening with the future for the parks, especially at Disney World. And construction for now is just something that we're gonna have to deal with. And things being closed is just something that we're gonna have to deal with, unfortunately, until those things are done and the parks are better than ever. But until then, we kind of just have to roll with the punches and love the parks as they are. And they still have things coming at us, new things opening too, which is always fun to see. So we just have to stay up to date, and I'll keep you as up to date as I am whenever I can. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!